Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show, and it's great to see you all here. As always, happy Monday. And tonight's show, What is a Thought Way? It's going to be really interesting. Christopher's got some really great things to say on that. But first and foremost, just a piece of housekeeping. Anyone who might be out there joining us for the very first time, whichever platform you're on, doesn't matter. Just be sure to say something in the chat. I'm watching them all, so if you say something, I'll know you're here and be able to put you in line for a reading. Now, the first time, it's always free, of course. Now, going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month, which covers 3 shows per week. So I feel like that's a pretty sweet deal. Now, readings are a great way to invest in yourself, your healing, and your future. That's all I've got for this evening. Thanks for listening, and here's Christopher. Enjoy the show.
Hey, happy Monday. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Let's light the incense. Great blessings for you. And this incense tonight is to help you release all the expectations that you've gathered from others, releasing all judgments from others, and judgments you put on yourself. Are you willing to let those go now? So really, what does a thought weigh? A thought is an electrical impulse. It weighs nothing. Unless you give it weight. It could weigh 100, 500, 1,000, 10,000 pounds. So the group card tonight is all about the burden. Nothing is heavy unless you give it weight, right? And the more how you do that is dwelling on a certain thought. Now, that goes for good things. It also goes for negative things. So where is your energy going? What is your energy feeding? A lot of times, even on the show, but even more so for personal readings, I can feel the weight of some of that negativity that has been put upon you, or that you believe, but it's not even yours. It's like all that weight, it's just not yours. So it's others' judgments or your self-judgment. Here's the thing. The truth is the truth. The truth cannot ever be achieved. Because the truth is the truth. Only the lie has to be dropped. So anywhere where you've been lying to yourself, and you've been lying to yourself so often that you believe it's the truth, are you willing to let that go and see what that feels like? Here's what I love about this card. Here's this gentleman climbing this mountain, and we all have mountains to climb. And he's got these characters on his back. He's carrying this tyrant. And then there's this cocky rooster on top of the tyrant. This tyrant is yelling, "Go faster, go higher, try harder, get to the top, get to the top." And the rooster is sounding the alarm, constantly sounding the alarm. What do you think this man's life would be like without the tyrant or the rooster. If life is a struggle, get these guys off your back. Shrug your shoulders. Feel what it's like to have these fools off your back. So, ready for tonight? I am. It's always good. All right, who's on first, Kenan?
Marilyn Pitts.
All right, my dear Marilyn. So, if you're new to the show, we shuffle the cards, and we live in a non-linear universe. So your guides, your higher self, your source, pulls the highest card for your benefit. Okay, so Marilyn. Have you ever had anybody say, do you have change for a 5? Do you have change for a 10? Can you change a 20? Stuff your purse, your pockets, your shoes, your bra with change. Not talking about literal, obviously, change, but life is change. And someone on the show last week said this week was really hard. Can you make change on that? Well, it was challenging, but I got through it. And I feel really good for getting through it. You understand how that we make change. And we are getting better and better at it. We have pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, dollars, $5 bill, $10, $20 bills. We can make change for $1,000 bill, right? This is your acknowledgement, Marilyn, from Spirit, going, good job, girl, in making change. Think about that. Life is change. And to what degree are you willing to change? Universe, show me what change this requires. Universe, that's a good one. I'm going to write that one down. Universe, show me what change is required for my best and highest. And the mantra is, I am safe and comfortable in change. I am safe and comfortable in change. There you go. So that's the theme for tonight. If you're constantly stuck in worry or concern or how things are going to work out, are you really making change? No. So are you willing to let go of that and make change? Okay. And I'm not saying about that to you, Marilyn. I'm talking about others, everyone else on the show. Okay.
Lindsay's next.
All right, my dear Lindsay. Success. That's the way you spell success. All right, Lindsay. Are you willing to change every cell in your body to success? And if you're going to look at any failures, only look at them to see what can be gained by what you learned from the failure, rather than dwelling on the failure and on past experiences. The past is the past. And when you dwell on the past, it continues to recreate the past into the present. So, this is success. This is success. This is Jupiter. This is the planet of abundance and happiness and joy. And texture. Like, are you, I know as an amazing artist, they're suggesting you start working with more texture. So I don't know what that means to you as an artist. But the other thing is getting a really good, like a really, really soft blanket. Like a couple of months ago, I bought one at Costco that was just like, oh, when I felt it, I was like, oh, the texture of this is really amazing. Or I will, I'll just feel the texture of a stone. You know, how cool it is, how smooth it is. There's something about texture that will help calm your mind. It's like a baby blanket. Anyway, this is success. Now, thank you for being early on the show, because this message moves forward in all of our lives. This success and looking at our successes and being the biggest cheerleader for ourselves. That's why I went Success. That's the way you spell success. And then telling others how to compliment you, or complimenting others on their successes, then they begin to immediately come back and compliment you on your successes. And we all are, it's an interchange of encouragement. So when you look at your kids, or if you highlight their mistakes or their faults, start looking at their successes as well. Okay? Success, it's that success sandwich. Success, and then where they can improve, and then success again. That's the sandwich. Okay.
Who's next? She said, Lindsay says, by the way, too, that she understands.
Decoupage fabrics. Oh, that's it. That's the texture. I love that. Yeah, you're being divinely guided to do that. That's really cool. Okay, who's next?
Austin.
Okay, Austin. When you're annoyed with anyone, Austin, it's always a reflection. It's an opportunity for you to be more compassionate with yourself. And look at that annoyance as a gift to go, oh, this is something I need to work on. It's funny how we are creating our outer world to reflect the inner world. And so we can use the outer world as a tool, right? So everything, or what our observation is, how much weight we're giving to a thought about somebody or about something or about what's not working out, it's going to add more weight to it. Or you can use that, go, wait a minute. What is it with me? What happened with me when I was younger or yesterday where I could be more compassionate with myself? And anywhere where anyone has said, what is wrong with you? Do you know what that does? It's like people take that on personally, like there's something wrong with them. But that is a expectation, a burden. It is the Fool card, right? It's this tyrant. There's nothing wrong with you. It may be how can you correct your thinking? But then in that case it's not a tyrant. So this is how can we all be more compassionate with our own selves? Thank you for being here. Thank you for pulling that card. Okay, who's next?
Mindy.
All right, Mindy. So, Mindy, spend 55 minutes creating your art here. I'm talking to Lindsay too. I'm talking to every artist, Scott, everyone, and I don't mean just painting or sketching or sculpting. I'm talking about writing. I'm talking about whatever kind of art it is, acting, whatever art it is. Spend 55 minutes up here imagining it, and then 5 minutes creating it. Now, that's an exaggeration. But Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. I get this. I'm like triple or quadruple Scorpio, so I can be really, really intense, and I can get into this mind frame where I'm in imagination, but I have this weird look on my face, and when people see me, they think I'm mad at them or I'm upset or something, but I'm actually far away. Just the way my brain works. I'm working things out. So this is spending more time imagining it. And the reason this is important with any artist out there, Scott, Lindsay, Mindy, any artist, is everything is formed twice, right? Everything is made twice. First, you plan it and you draw it out on paper, and then you create it in the physical. So the table you're sitting at, the chair you're sitting in, it had to be planned first and then executed. That's what this is about, Melinda, taking more time with the planning. Okay. Okay, Diane. So the death card is never about death, but it is about major change. And letting old ways of thinking die. They're not serving you anymore. From what I've seen, and I'm talking from my own experience, that when people die, they don't cross over and all of a sudden have all these revelations and all the knowledge. Some people have to go through rehab on the other side. I don't know how else to put it. But the more work you do here on yourself and let go of those tried and true, and this is the way things are, and the things the way we have to be, death's going to take that all away, and then you have to go into rehab. So, so to avoid rehab, let go of that stuff now. Okay. All right, Hannah. All right, here we go. All right, Hannah. Hannah, be free of stoking the fire with kerosene. When things aren't working out as quickly or as fast as you think they should or would, or why someone hasn't called or why they haven't done certain things, you're putting energy into stoking that fire. Put a lid on that fire. Like, this is the seer card. See what it is you so I'm going back to Melinda's card, to Lindsay's card, Scott, about this creation. So you're an artist. 55 minutes in creating how you want to feel, how you want it to be, not on how it's not going or how you don't want it to be. Focus on the feeling. See it. You're the seer. See it. Because if you see fires, it's only going to stoke the fire. That's really interesting. So I think I know you get that, but energetically, I'm going to send you a little energy here, Hannah, to actually help you do that, because this is about releasing all the expectations from others and expectations on yourself and judgments from others. Ooh, okay. Let that go. Let it go. Yeah. I know you feel that. I know you feel that. Okay. Oh, so Lindsay, let me go back. That's a great question. Thank you. What I meant by sandwich is You tell people what they're good at, right? Then that's the bread. The bread is telling people what they're good at. The meat is what they need to improve on. So, Lindsay, I love your hair. Oh my God, I love your hair. It's just fabulous. Need to use a different shade of lipstick. But you know, your hair is awesome. That's an example. Okay. And then going back to Hannah, universe, show me what is, I can't even read my own writing. This is what I said earlier. Show me what is for my best and highest. And that I'm safe and comfortable with change, and I'm adaptable. So if you spend all this money on a dress and someone doesn't like the dress, just go, Hannah, and I'm telling everyone, any project that you're working on, personify that project. So if I came up to you and Hannah said, okay, Hannah, you need to wear this and you need to wear that and that and that, it would be like, no. If I said, Hannah, what would you like? It would open you up. So the project that you're working on, your music career, ask your music career, how would you like to be? How would you like it to be? It's anthropomorphism. It's personifying your project. So Scott and I have asked, screenplay, how would you like to be at this film festival? What would you like? How would you like it to be? And what is it that you need right now? And within the next day, we both came up with, we need a website, right? So, all right.
Jared and Kat next.
What's that?
Jared and Kat next.
Jared and Kat. All right, Jared. Are you willing to let go of a cause? So what they're shouting at me is tell him, remember the Alamo. And it was a rally. So anywhere where you have been caught up in a rally, in a group mentality, about how you should be or how things have to go, or rah rah ree, kick him in the knee, and are you willing to let go of that? It's like breaking away from a mob mentality, and it's contagious. It is absolutely. I mean, I have a degree in psychology, and that was one of my favorite things to study is who you're around or the group of people that you're around. That's how the mob mentality takes over. Very fine, highly refined people, very cultured people, when they get into the mob, can turn into vicious tyrants because that energy takes over. So anywhere where there's any energy coming in, blinding you from seeing who you really are you willing to let go of that right now? Whew, that was a good one. The egg is cracking from the inside out, right? From when it cracks from the inside out, it creates life. When it cracks from the outside in, it creates death. Okay, so you're cracking from the inside out. Good job. All right, Kat. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, you guys are doing so great tonight. Energy is moving like crazy. And what does Kat want? How does Kat want her life to be? And anywhere, Kat, where you have felt undeserving of having your life the way you want it, are you willing to let go of that right now? This is time to spend in creating how you want your life to be. Going with the feel of it. Even if you don't, like people go, well, I don't know what kind of car I want to buy. Well, how do you want to feel? Well, I didn't know what kind of car I wanted to buy. I'm using this as an example, Kat. But I knew I wanted to feel up high. I wanted to be able to see. So I went and drove a couple cars. I drove a couple of the mid-sized trucks. And then I got into the Ford F-150. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then they just happened to have a deal on it. My point of telling you this story, Kat, is go with the feeling. Just get one feeling of how you want your life to be. Got the feeling. Once you get the feeling, and I've told this story before, I needed to decorate this room, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So I just went furniture shopping, and I found one hutch. It was a Chinese hutch. I went, oh. And I decorated the whole room around that Chinese hutch, and it was freaking awesome. Anyway, so you find one feeling, Kat, one feeling. And this will ignite the magic. And so I'm talking to everybody here. Here we go.
We got Teresa.
Teresa, great to have you.
Probably Mason too.
So, Teresa, send some really good love, energy, peace to Brennan's dad. That's your husband's name, right? I'm sorry about that. There's a lot of information coming through. Anyway, okay, yes, I pull one for Mason. Hey, Mason, thanks for being here. Everybody, Mason's 7. 8? 7. Okay, Mason. Really cool. This is moon. This is your intuition, and it's really growing. It's like an inner knowing. And one of the things that might be fun for you is to get like a, I don't know, like a picture of an owl or a stuffed animal of an owl, because owls symbolize like intuition. They have a lot of symbolic meaning, and they're really, really cute. They're really, really cool birds. Yeah, so read up on the owl. Like you might even want to get a book on an owl. There's something with the owl with you that you really are tuned into owls. They're really cool. All right.
Great. You've got Giles and then Scott is last.
Giles.
It's on Facebook.
Nice to have you, Giles. Here we go, Giles. So, Giles. You buy sponges to soak up spilled stuff, right? Or to clean counters or to wipe things off. So rather than describe you as psychic, I'm going to describe you as a sponge. And as you've gone through life, you've soaked up other people's stuff. So just an exercise I would recommend, and I'm sending you lots of good energy around this, is like when you're taking a shower. So to clean a sponge, right, you run it under clean water and squeeze it and release it, squeeze it, release it. When you're taking a shower, imagine doing that. Imagine squeezing out all the crap that's been picked up over the years. This is a lot of what, even with, and I'm not going to go into, and I'm not even, but for me, I'll tell you the clients I've worked with that have had PTSD, is they've just picked up too much, and there's too much, they're lights, and so just like a bright light would attract a bug, if you're a bright light spiritually, you can attract dark bugs or heavy consciousness. So this is about not even just understanding that a lot of these thoughts that are causing, let's say, even PTSD or whatever it is, are not even yours. So do this exercise about squeezing and releasing, cleaning the sponge, cleaning the energy field. It's not just cleaning the body, it's cleaning your energy field, squeezing your energy field, releasing, squeezing, releasing, and letting go of all that stuff. I hope that comes across a little bit, if you understand that, if that makes sense. Okay. Who's next?
Scott is last. Scott Ambrose.
Hey, Ambrosi. Okay. Here we go. Anywhere where anyone has projected upon you, Scott, disappointment, blame, shame, guilt, are you willing to release that now? Or anywhere, oh, So if I said to you, here, take this pen, here, take this pen, and you go to reach for the pen and I go like this, right? No, take the pen. It's like Lucy and Charlie Brown. No, here's the football. You got to kick the football. And, over 50 years, right? Charlie Brown really never kicked the football. He fell for it every time. Anywhere where people have played the disappointment card. There you go. Placed the disappointment football in front of you, going, well, that's really disappointing. And you anywhere where you've made it about yourself, are you willing to just release that completely out of your field and kick that ball out of the ballpark? Like not even in your field, anywhere where there's blame, letting that energy go, or that disappointment. Because any disappointment about yourself isn't even yours. Woo! That was a good one. That was a really good one.
Awesome job. Yeah, that's everybody.
That's everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? We got a few minutes left. If you need some clarity on something I said, Kenny can help me remember what I said to you. And Ted's your husband, right? Is that Teresa's husband's name, Ted? Thank you. I'm not sure why I said Brendan. So anyway, if anybody has any questions, or if you think of something, ask me on Wednesday night. We'll do this again on Wednesday.
Brendan is your husband.
Oh, Ted's my father-in-law.
Right. There you
Oh, Brendan is her husband.
go. Well, there's Abby and Marilyn too.
Abby and Marilyn are here?
Popped on, yeah.
Huh?
They literally just popped on.
Okay, Abby and Marilyn. We got to pull a card for you.
Got to.
They send Abby and Marilyn, everyone, just take a minute, send them lots of love. They lost their little Lulu, their Boston Terrier, yesterday. And so and I have to share this, Abby. I hope you don't mind me sharing, because you texted me and go, are you picking up anything? And the one thing I did pick up on is, obviously, dogs don't communicate, or animals don't communicate exactly like humans. I don't get the messages in the same way. They're doggone good. Like they're a little more obscure. But when I tuned into it, Lulu was talking about big white. And so Abby, you texted back and going, that was your Great Dane. And now I understood why Lulu was communicating big white. A Great Dane's pretty big compared to a terrier, right? So, all right, let's pull a card for Abby and Marilyn. All right, my dear, let's... Okay, so Marilyn, equanimity, equilibrium. Bringing everything, or note, there's such grief at a loss of any kind, but there's a reason, there's a gift there. There is a gift, and it's realizing what that gift is, what Lulu brought, and if it brought up guilt, Abby, dogs don't relate to guilt. They don't blame, they don't shame. So this is an opportunity to release any guilt. Because here's some news. none of us are going to make it out of here alive. And so animals come, I really believe this, animals come to live just a few years to teach us to let go. And especially, we do not want to be in rehab on the other side, Abby. It's letting go of the guilt now, okay? Yeah, and knowing that Lulu is literally in this place of bliss. You can feel her. So Marilyn, this is your ability to feel her and describe it to Abby. And Abby letting go of the guilt. So Shakespeare talked about this, that all the world is a stage with actors walking on and actors walking off. And there are so many beings around us. You know, that's what the book is about, that's what the movie is going to be about. Is there's this parade and taking a step back and looking at what Lulu gave you. What did she contribute to you? What is she still contributing? What is the gift here? And I think really dogs help us to get out of, well, animals help us to get out of our common, or what we term as reality. That the world is a stage, and in Hinduism, in Buddhism, in Hinduism they call it Maya, an illusion, just like an actor. So this is about you taking a step back and going, well, wait a minute, what is life and where is Lulu? And tuning into that, and you will know, Abby. Okay. Do we have everybody?
Yes.
We got everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you all. Great blessings to you. What incredible messages for all of us. Love you all. We'll do this again Wednesday. Take care.